Hello, my name is Arthur, and in this video we're bringing our sprite sheet into Godot. And I noticed something when I kind of hurried at building this sprite sheet. I forgot to do something pretty important. I forgot to flip the image horizontally. So my player character is actually facing the wrong direction in the sprite sheet. Now I can go back and rebuild the sprite sheet, but I'm going to work with this mistake and just make it work. So that's how I'm going to approach it. I've attempted to go back to the creation file, but the truth in the creation file is I would probably have to do each layer individually, and maybe if I did it that way I could go through each layer in the group like this, and yeah, I have to select it up here. I could go through each one individually in layer, transform, flip horizontally. That is an option that can be done. So we could do that, or we can just work with the mistake. So I'm going to go with work with the mistake. So we'll just discard that. We're going to take the sprite sheet, copy it, go into my documents, find platformer demo, which is the name of my project. I haven't put any folder structure in. Maybe we should just create a folder. Let's call it assets. And we'll make folders as we go. And paste that in there. So that'll get imported. We'll start with making our character. We're going to want a kinematic body 2D. He'll need a sprite. And he'll need a collision shape. Collision shape 2D. Well, he'll need some other things, but we'll come across that when we come across it. So we'll just start with the sprite sheet and we'll look at what we can do for that. So let's try, let's see, V frames is 3, H frames is 10. So that'll get our character on. He's got a good color, he looks pretty good there. So I feel that's working okay. Now I don't know what will happen if we transform to -1. So I would say that's probably the easiest way to invert our player so that he's facing in the right direction. So let's look at him that way. Give him a collision shape. We'll give him a capsule shape so that his feet don't get stuck on anything. Like differences between blocks and tile maps. And we should probably make that a little bit fatter. We don't want to make it too slim. And that should be good, just like that. So that's the start of our player. We'll call it player. We'll create a folder. New folder. We'll call it actors. We'll try to spell that right. So control save, we'll put him into there. Now, we don't actually have any graphics for making anything serious here, but we'll start with the level 1. So level 1. We'll create a folder for that. New folder. Levels. Okay. So that's empty, but we'll save it in there anyway. So let's go up a directory. Go into levels. Level 1. Save. So that's saved. And other node, tile map. We'll call this tile map 1. Let's see. We'll put tile maps in with items. So we'll create a folder, items. So that would be somewhere that blocks or crystals or coins and stuff like that goes. So we'll put tile map in there. We'll create the new tile set, and we're just going to work with the available graphic. So we'll just start off with the Godot icon. So we'll go new single tile, snapping. We'll do that. We'll put in collision, pick a shape. We'll do that. Control save, up a directory, put it into items. And we'll save that. We'll come back to level 1. We'll drop tile map into level 1. I don't know if we're just zoomed in really close or ginormous. So let's just start down here. Create a container. Let's try our player in the scene to see what's going on there. We'll pick him up. We'll put him here. Let's look at that tile map. No, everything looks right. Just zoomed in a lot. So we'll take and run level 1. It's not going to do anything, but we'll get an idea. And yeah, our character's actually a little bit small, but we're just going to go with that. Probably could have got a few more pixels on him. So let's check our time. 8 minutes. So probably the next thing to start doing is scripting our player character. So we're going to go with a no comments template. Player GD create. So let's see, var gravity equals gravity is a minus 450. We'll try there. And variable velocity equals vector 2. Empty. Enter. Function physics process delta velocity dot y plus equals gravity times delta, and velocity equals Move and slide, velocity. So that should get us gravity. We'll go play. Wow. Well, I guess gravity is a positive number. It's probably jump, that's the minus number. Okay, so that gets us some gravity. The next thing we're going to want to make is, let's make a block. So we want a rigid body. Whoops. Rigid body 2D. It will need a sprite. And it will need a collision shape. For a sprite, we're just going to again use the Godot block. And for its collision shape, we'll give it a square. Let's see if this works. 64. Okay, 32. And 32. So that should be exactly the block size and should cooperate the best with the tile map. But I guess we'll see. So we'll call that block. We'll save this. Control S. We'll put it into items. So let's get to items, block, save, level 1, check our time here. We're getting close to time. So we'll find block, we'll drop it into level 1, and pick that up. And we'll just coordinate our gravity to see how that's working. Okay, I'm satisfied with the speed the player is dropping, so we'll just modify the block's gravity. Let's see, gravity scale. Let's try 4. Level 1, play. Maybe that should be closer to 5. We'll try 5 outright. Level 1, play. Okay, those look like they're in line with each other. In the next video, we'll start giving him some controls and get him moving around. And until then, take care.